Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! Detroit!
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Detroit!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! Gone!
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Welch. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Welch. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Looking for strong, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, what a move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense. Big play for the defense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Gun!
They go play action here on first down. That's caught by Meredith right side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
No. Check. Patriot!
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Detroit!
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin. quarter number 2. On play action, they'll throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Trey Hendrickson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Welch. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Going up top. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
3-19! 3-19! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Hot!
Back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to look deep down the field. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And they'll run it here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, look at 56.
The give to Elliott. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Steps away. Over the middle, complete. That's Farmer. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They give him a gain of 38. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way. And that's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard. Leopard.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. This third down just got even more difficult. Third down and 15 after the false start.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides when he does come alive.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Back down to that Philly. Here we go. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete here. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd and short.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
He'll look to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Back to throw now on 1st down. That's going to be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up 2nd down. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. He's going to get it running right. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've come upon halftime here. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 30. 20, 10, 5.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Lutt's good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Got to love what they're doing on offense right now.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. 2nd and goal from the 1. They come out here in the eye. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's the fullback punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Gone! Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Wide open, that's Clark. They lost him. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a 1st down on that effort.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On second down, Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He'll drop to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the... It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Detroit!
Looking to throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll try to run some clock now with Elliott, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Cowboys on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Gone, 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 gone.
They'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd down and 12.
Lucky 56. Hot. Hot. Hot.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now, Barney, Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Looking deep downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down, make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
No, check, Patriot! Gun! Hot!
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The give is to Elliott. And an alley to run. Room to run inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Watch it now, Barney! Watch it now, Barney! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Important extra point up and through, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it winds up a terrific return, but markers are down. And this is going to come all the way back.
Back down in that Philly. Here we go. Gun!
He'll look to throw. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Here we go.
He's back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Webb. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Detroit.
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Gun!
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Evades the tackler, and now some space. He faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
They flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, no, and it's intercepted.
You see me out here? That's right. Great pick. Good job.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-9.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll. Now back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. A good pick up there, 26 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw here. And that's caught by Smith. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. to throw again. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Not a big window to throw.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but